La la. We are back in the building. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Here we are early in the morning, bringing you all the news, entertainment, resources, and fine conversation that you yearn for each and every morning here on Saucy and Friends, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in and tell a friend to holla at us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Quick check-in, Miss Tony. How you doing, honey?
I'm doing okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm doing all right. Just rolling with the punches to the face that I keep getting from this kid. But anyhow,
It be like that.
and today the weather's not doing what it needs to do in order to improve my mood today either. So it's just gonna be one of those days. So
It's just one of those days.
effort. Well, looking forward to the show today.
We're gonna make it better.
Can I have some of my chips? I'm
You
starving.
left them in my car. I think
I know.
come mine.
Pass them over here.
We're gonna make it better.
I'm starving to death.
And that's that. How are you, Trez? And throw the ball to you.
I'm good. I'm well. And yes, I am.
I am. I am what I am.
I am. I'm good. I'm looking forward to the weekend. The weekend is ramping up very quickly.
It is. I feel like this weekend is the long weekend for some reason.
There's a lot going on this weekend.
Well, let's find some of those we can announce to the people. Don't forget, I'm not going to announce. The Jamboree is supposed to be Saturday, but it's supposed to be raining. So I don't know what we going to do. I'll keep you guys updated about that. It's supposed to be in Franklin Park. They might be changing it as of today. So I'll keep you guys updated by tomorrow.
Is it supposed to rain like that?
I don't know.
Spring rain is very spotty in Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. Some other areas have been drenched in rain, and we've been lucky to have the past 2 days have been beautiful.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what this spring is. This spring is very Mod Podge.
Because I thought it was April showers and then it was going to slightly turn down. But at this point, we're not doing anything. We're just kind of raining every day.
It's not even spring anymore. It's like light winter.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't even like it. I don't like it. But anyway, I don't know. We need some vitamin D. The sun needs to be beaming down on us.
Beaming down on us. That's what they say.
A lot of foolishness going on. And so we need something.
We need some lovins. That's what we need. We need some lovins. Me too. I'm actually doing well. I'm a little sleepy. But I don't know. Something about this show makes me perk up. I want to entertain you guys until I'm back by myself so that I can be, amongst my own sorrows. sorrows. So other than that, we're going to have a great show. We got a lot lined up. We'll be talking to Cleon from 1102 Blue, another event space that is trying to reopen so that we can have more access to space. So we'll be talking about the fundraiser to do that. We'll also be talking about what's been going on in the courts these days between Diddy and Cassie had a baby, all kinds of stuff. So we'll get into that a little bit later. So make sure they didn't have a baby together, Tristan.
Cassie had a baby?
Yeah, a little boy.
Oh.
A little boy.
Oh,
But we'll get into all of that.
She wasn't due already, though.
She was almost 9 months by the time she was on the stand.
Yeah. So the baby came a little bit early, but yeah.
Yeah. A couple
Due
weeks.
to the pressures of this thing.
And it was. I think that's another reason why they put her on first, too. Because, bro, I'm going to have this baby soon. I don't have time to be coming to court every time y'all subpoena me when I'm trying to breastfeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we starting the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start the show.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
At 617-272-3387.
You're listening to Spark FM online.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com.
No, it's mine? I was waiting for the fade out so that I could really get in there. So let us get into the weather. Today is Thursday, May 29th. It is Thursday, May 29th. It's 9:18 in the morning. And let's see what the weather is right now. Currently 66 degrees. It's only going to be a high of 67. So about here for the rest of the day. Going to be a low of 56. It is supposed to rain slightly today around 2-3 o'clock. About 25% chance of rain. However, the rest of the week looks about the same. Like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all rain days. And it seems to be the most rain on the weekends. Like, what's that about?
I know.
Is that hating? Because I feel like it's hating. Like nature is hating on us. Why every weekend in Boston gotta be raining?
I know. Remember there was one time when it was like every single weekend.
That's how it's been here. Like
crazy.
It's been crazy. Like this year it's been one of those repeats. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you guys up to date with what's going on with the weather and how that's faring thee of, and things as such. Miss Tony.
Yes, here we go. Ice, of course. I'm so tired. You know what? I'm gonna have to stop doing the news.
What?
I'm tired of talking about Ice. I'm tired of talking about Karen Reed. I'm tired of talking about P. Diddy. I'm tired of talking about Donald Trump. That's what I'm tired of talking. That's all the news. And I'm tired of talking
That's
about.
all the news.
That's all the news. I'm tired of talking about. Anyway, it's
You just did it. That's all the news.
That's the news. Bye. The show is over. ICE detains dozens of immigrants on Martha's Vineyard in Nantucket. I think we saw a specific thing about they detained Honduran national, right? For
one of them, yeah, for sex trafficking.
Sex trafficking. It was a lady.
I think this is a separate situation than this Martha's Vineyard one, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
ICE officials said some of the people. Did you order me a sandwich?
I didn't.
Okay.
Do you want? I just did.
ICE
I literally
officials-
just did it in the text message.
Okay.
Do you want one? Thank you.
Yes, I do. ICE officials said some of the people had criminal histories but did
Jesus
not provide
Christ.
detailed information about the individuals who were handcuffed and shipped off the island. ICE officers, with the help of other federal agents, apprehended approximately 40 people on Martha's Vineyard in Nantucket Tuesday, according to the agency. Oh, on Tuesday. Because over the weekend, they detained over 100 people in Massachusetts, I heard. ICE was assisted by the FBI, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and the Drug Enforcement Agents Administration, and the Coast Guard. Oh, they brought out everybody. All the letters. The what is it, ATF? The DEA, the FBI, the CIA, the Coast Guard, everybody. Officials said that around 40 alien offenders were detained, many of whom had U.S. criminality. This included a member of the MS-13 gang and at least one child sex offender, they said. ICE officials did not release the names of the people who were detained or more detailed information about any alleged criminal activity. Operations like this highlight the strong alliances that ICE shares with our fellow law enforcement partners. ICE Enforcement and Removal Operations Boston Acting Field Office Director Patricia Hyde said in a statement. A spokesperson for the ATF confirmed the agency is assisting ICE through New England, but did not comment on the Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket operations. The ATF spokesperson and an FBI spokesperson both referred a reporter to ICE for more information. A Coast Guard spokesperson did not return a request for comment. The Coast Guard provided small boats and a cutter to help with ICE operations, immigration enforcement officials said in a release. Pretty soon they're going to start like stringing them together and throwing them off of boats like how they used to do with the slaves. Because this is ridiculous. Like what are y'all doing? And then everybody is being sent to El Salvador? Is that what it is? No matter where or whatever, you're just being sent to El Salvador, or are they being sent to other places to be detained?
I don't think they're getting sent to
Yeah,
El
they were
Salvador
talking
anymore.
about, and then they were trying to get sent to Libya. He was trying to send them to Libya, but I don't think that's going through us.
To Libya? Oh, wow. That's a long trip, isn't it? Well, anyhow, that's what's going on over there. Maura Healey unveils cuts to state regulations aimed at saving money for businesses and consumers. Cuts to state regulations. Okay. So Maura Healey, these changes are going to save businesses time. They're going to save businesses money. And you know who's going to benefit? The customers, says Maura Healey. Governor Maura Healey on Wednesday unveiled a slew of cuts to unnecessary state regulations with the goal of improving savings for businesses and consumers alike and enhancing the state's economic competitiveness. Healey said she directed state agencies under the oversight of the Office of Consumer Affairs and Business Regulation to review 150 sets of regulations and work with businesses to identify rules that could be scrapped because they are outdated, duplicative, or onerous. The review resulted in the slashing of 38 different sets of regulations. Go ahead.
Meantime, lawmakers are trying to make it easier to run a business here in the Bay State. 22 News State House reporter Olivia Ray explains the changes being made to improve Massachusetts' competitiveness, especially after the pandemic caused a lot of strain on business owners.
Governor Healey is cutting state regulations to make it easier to do business in Massachusetts. This initiative, dubbed Massachusetts Means Business, looks to cut or amend a quarter of all state business regulations to save business owners time and money. The Office of Consumer Affairs and Business Regulation is in charge of these cuts, and so far they've committed to updating the Division of Banks regulations to clear red tape, overhauling unit pricing for grocery and retail stores, improving access to cosmetology and barbering education, and updating trail signage regulation at ski resorts, among other changes. One business leader says the main complaint he hears from business owners is about excessive state red tape.
You know, just getting their way through the red tape is something that really takes the owner of that small business the eye off the ball of serving their customers.
Getting rid of regulations to bolster the economy sounds like a similar mission to that of DOGE, but the governor says her goals are very different and are meant to benefit consumers.
What we are doing here is, I think, really like constructive, thoughtful engagement with the business community. What's working? What isn't working? Let's get rid of what's not working.
The governor shredded a stack of papers at her announcement representing how much easier it will be to run a business in the Bay State. These regulation changes deliver on a promise the governor made in her State of the Commonwealth address in January.
Dope.
I hope that works out. Mm-hmm. I do.
What is it going to do for businesses?
It's just going to help them with regulations and red tape so that they can get started a little bit better and see how they can help support, which I believe that small businesses definitely need a lot of support.
And on a state level, that's good, because I know that the city tries to do a lot of things for small businesses, but on a state level, that's really good. Boston stays the course despite Trump yanking violence prevention grants. Oh, that sounds terrible. There's nothing quote unquote woke about saving lives, says city community safety leader. It's become a rite of spring in Boston, as certain as Lilac Sunday at the Arnold Arboretum and the return of swan boats at the Public Garden. A press briefing on city plans for promoting public safety during the hot summer months when trouble ticks up with the temperature. But the annual anti-crime announcement feels like a bit more like a mayoral warnings issued in advance of a big winter storm or a blast of Arctic air in January. They are both meant to show that the city is on the job and taking the issue seriously, but the details that are shared invariably have a familiar quality to them. Who wrote this article?
I don't, because isn't it about immigrants?
No.
Oh.
After all, there are so many ways to warn people to stay off the roads during a blizzard or to remind them to lend a hand to any neighborhood.
Oh, the safety plan. I've been hearing a lot about this in the streets.
Oh, in need of helping during a storm. But the same token, when it comes to efforts to keep a lid on gun violence and other urban ills, Boston's yearly announcement inevitably follows a well-worn theme. In a city that has earned national reputation over the decades for its low homicide rate and comprehensive approach to public safety and gun violence, there's no sense in reinventing the wheel. When Mayor Michelle Wu, Police Commissioner Michael Cox, and other city leaders gathered at the Dorchester Park Tuesday morning for their annual briefing, they largely stuck to the script that has been driven Boston's public safety thinking since the 1990s. The police will be vigilant in focusing on the small number of people driving violence in Boston, while various other city departments will be doing all they can to engage young people in positive pursuits, especially those at risk of getting pulled into trouble on the streets. It is an all-of-government effort, said Wu, highlighting everything from summer youth jobs to expanding evening programming for young people this summer that is aimed at complementing police work so that Boston is continuing to put in place strategies, the resources, and the leadership to continue to be the safest major city in the country. This year, however, all of government doesn't include all levels of government. This article is really, really long and very, very wordy, and I don't know what it's talking about.
I guess my whole thing about this is that I don't like that it's being used as a big prime talking point about how safe this city is when the people in the city are saying that it's not. And I do understand that it could be safer than it has been in the last couple of years, but it's still unsafe. So like that overpowering talking point that we keep bringing up all the time is just very weird. I've seen a lot of people talk about this safety plan and how it just seems, like it needs a safety plan of its own. So I'm not really sure. I got to read more into it because it is a lot of writing.
Yeah. And I think that like Boston may be statistically the safest state out of all the states, but that just because it's safest doesn't mean that it's safe. We're still having, we know firsthand about a whole bunch of guns that was confiscated on our street last week. We know firsthand about people who are getting shot and killed and all of this stuff all the time. So it's just because it's safer than Memphis. So, what's that saying?
Everything is safer than Memphis,
right?
So like we can't be comparing ourselves to that.
So I don't know. Market Basket suspends CEO Arthur T. DeMoulas and initiates investigation. That's a very famous name too, DeMoulas and DeMoulas Food Markets or whatever. The longtime leader of Market Basket, CEO Arthur T. DeMoulas, has been suspended while his conduct is investigated. The company's board said. DeMoulas said 2 of his children and several other executives are also placed on leave, and the investigation is a farcical cover for a hostile takeover. I like that, farcical. The executive board of directors for the supermarket chain announced DeMoulas, better known as RDT, has been placed on paid administrative leave effective immediately. The board is investigating its credible allegations that Mr. DeMoulas began to plan a disruption of the business and operations of Market Basket with a work stoppage. A hostile takeover he was planning.
With us, I'm Lisa Hughes.
And I'm David Wade. Breaking tonight, Brandon Truitt just spoke to the board of directors about their bombshell notice to workers. He has the latest from Tewksbury.
There are few brands in New England with more name recognition than Market Basket. Customers here know their cashiers, their butcher, and they know the CEO. He lives right down the road. Shoppers are stunned.
Again? Why? Didn't that not work the first time?
They love them. The employees love them. It's one way to take a company down is to take out the leader and upset the employees.
It is deja vu for Market Basket's most loyal customers, reacting to the news of the CEO's suspension by the company's board of directors.
This has been brewing for several years.
On Wednesday, the board announced CEO and minority shareholder Arthur DeMoulas, better known as RDT, had been placed on administrative leave, along with other executives, including his 2 children. The board claims it has evidence DeMoulas was planning a work stoppage and say they've struggled to get insight on budgets, capital expenditures, and other items that require board approval.
Those are things that we have tried for years to manage with him, and it has been resisted. Let's just say that.
Thing is, a spokesperson for DeMoulas says that board is made up of members appointed by his 3 sisters. RDT! RDT! A family feud a decade ago led to weeks worth of protests by employees who left their posts to join the picket line.
I just find it very hard to believe that anyone would turn on him with the support he had from his employees, which saved the company.
A spokesperson for DeMoulas says since then, he's led the company on a path that paid back the $1.6 billion in financing that purchased the company, adding the notion that this board is going to conduct an investigation is a farcical cover for a hostile takeover.
Farcical.
It's important to note these are paid leaves of absence. No one has been fired. The board was adamant there are no plans to sell the company. In Tewksbury, Brandon Truitt, WBZ News.
All right, Brandon, thank you. Longtime Massachusetts.
They love him and they still fired him?
The job doesn't love him. The customers love him.
Oh, what's he doing wrong?
He was trying to take over the business. But he's the CEO, right? I don't understand what that. I'm kind of confused about what the problem is. If we love him and we want to picket for him,
Why can't he just stay there? Was he doing things illegal?
They said they're investigating credible allegations that Mr. Demoulas began to plan a disruption of the business and operations of Market Basket with a work stoppage.
And his sisters were people that
Pick
were
the
appointing them.
people.
Yeah.
That might be a little conflict.
Yeah, I see how that's, I see what
So he's
happened
conflicting
there.
with his sisters?
No, they picked him. They're saying like I guess it's controversial because he was picked by a team of his own sisters.
Wow.
So what is the chutzpah?
RDT better get it together. Here's your favorite place in the world, Saucy. Hull police.
Oh, hell.
Arrest a man on lewdness, negligent operation charges. One of my friends posted about this man this morning.
What is lewdness is naked?
Yeah, while he was driving, the Hull Police Department arrested a man on open and gross lewdness and other motor vehicle charges Tuesday following an investigation. Philip Cerny, 39 of Hull, was arrested Tuesday and charged with open and gross lewdness, negligent operation of a motor vehicle, and unsafe operation of a motor vehicle. On Monday at approximately 4:08, Hull Police responded to George Washington Boulevard for a report of a driver performing a lewd act while alongside another car. Officers did not locate.
What was that could be?
Somebody said, somebody get this jerk off the road. Officers did not locate the vehicle at the scene, though an investigation on Tuesday, police identified Cerny as the suspect. The preliminary investigation found that Cerny was performing a lewd act while driving unsafely to maintain eye contact with passengers in a neighborhood.
So wait, he was beating his meat and driving?
Just driving while making eye contact with the other person and not looking at the road.
That's disgusting.
He was taken into custody without incident on Tuesday and booked at the Hull Police Department. He was arraigned Tuesday in Hingham District Court and released a personal recognizance with the condition that he stay away from and have no contact with victims or witnesses.
Or people.
Or people, period. Or they should have took away his license and said that you can't drive. They should have impounded his car because he's nasty.
Oh, gross.
Commentary, 2 views on ranked choice voting. What do you think about ranked choice voting?
I think that it's good. I've been learning a lot about it, and I do think that we have something set up with some of the organizers of ranked choice voting, so that we can get you guys in the know of what it actually means. I think that it is going to be a learning curve. For those that don't know.
What do you like about it?
I like that I don't like. It doesn't mean like ranked choice voting. That means that if there are 4 people in on a ballot, you can rank them from who you want to be picked versus who you don't.
And then how does the person get picked?
If they have the most votes for it. So it's the same kind of voting, except that just in case your top person don't get picked, you can also go and pick somebody else. Or if you just want to vote for your own person, you can just vote for that person and not fill out anything else. So you don't, ranked choice voting gives you the choice if you want to rank your candidates and how you see they should be fit. It could get very confusing.
Yeah.
It will be something that would need to be highly educated, especially since we don't have a high voter turnout in the first place, because people think that filling in the bubbles themselves are too hard. So I don't really know.
The Boston City Council voted 8-4 earlier this month to advance a home rule petition that would change the way Boston voters elect officials in our municipal elections. As the name suggests, the proposed new system, ranked choice voting, would allow voters in future elections, not this year, to rank candidates for mayor or council in order of preference. Under this proposal, if no candidate received more than 50% of the first choice votes, the candidate with the fewest votes would be eliminated. If no candidate received more than 50% of the first choice votes, the candidate with the lowest votes would be eliminated, and their votes.
Those 2 sentences go together.
And then their votes would be redistributed to the next highest ranked active candidate on each ballot. No.
All right. So me, you, and Tristan are running for election. Let's see. Schneider goes in, and Schneider ranks Tristan first, you second, and me third. If Tristan does not, from the whole voting population, if Tristan does not receive more than 50% of all of those votes, then my vote, since I'm third, will get split up and amongst the other ones.
The candidate with the fewest votes would be eliminated, and their votes would be redistributed to the next highest ranked active candidate.
Yes. So Tristan, it could be it could be go to Tristan where he gets that 50%, or it might be that everybody else voted for somebody else second, and they might get it too. It's very weird.
So the third, if the no candidate received more than 50% of the first choice, right.
Tristan, if Tristan doesn't receive 50% of everybody voting for him first. Yeah.
Then the third person.
Yep. I get eliminated automatically.
And then the second person gets those person's votes.
So they either go to, depending on
they split them.
Yeah, they
between
split
the
them.
first two people.
Yeah, between where they rank, I guess. It seems like a lot more work, I guess, but it's cool because if you really liked Tristan and Tony and you couldn't decide upon them, but you like Tristan a little bit more because he's a black man, you could vote for him. But if everybody doesn't feel like you, then Tony should get the votes. Like, you should get there because everybody wanted you just as much. You just didn't get all the votes.
And then it says, and then this process continues in rounds until one candidate earns a majority and is declared the winner.
It's like what did the Thrill Boys do? The chamber. It's like a bracket.
Oh, it's a bracket.
I don't know. I might have been screwing it up just now with the bracket stuff, but it is, whoever gets the most votes.
Oh, so proponents say that the system already in place in Cambridge will better reflect the will of the electorate. Opponents say it's too complicated and unnecessary, since Boston elections already feature 2 rounds and are nonpartisan. In this week's reporter, we present 2 opinions on the matter. Okay, and then that I don't know. Yeah.
When the people come in here, we'll get to kind of dissect how this works, and we'll even do like a little mock voting trial to see if we can figure it out. Because it sounds very. When it was first explained to me by Carlos a while ago, I was like, "What the hell?" But I like choices. Sometimes, sometimes I go in there and I was like, "Damn, I really like this person," but damn, I really like this person too. So maybe I can just choose them. I did vote for both of them.
Both of who?
The people I would have to choose from.
Oh, you can vote for both?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I can put you first. They can put Tristan first, you second, third. All of us get a vote.
Okay.
All of us get a vote. It just depends on where you put your vote at. It does seem a lot complicated how we was just talking about it just now though. That's crazy.
And then it keeps on going in rounds and rounds, and that's crazy to me. Update. Adam McCree has been apprehended for attempted kidnapping and assault and battery in Boston, South Boston. He's the one with the bloody mouth.
And the perm.
They got him.
So what is it that he did? Like, I know they said kidnapping, but what's the storyline? Who did he kidnap? How did he kidnap them? Was it kidnapping, or was he trying to forcefully remove them from a space?
I don't know. So detectives assigned to District C6 South Boston in coordination with the Boston Police Fugitive Unit are no longer seeking the public's assistance in locating 28-year-old Adam McCree of Dorchester. McCree was apprehended in New York by members of the U.S. Marshal's Office and the New York-New Jersey Regional Fugitive Task Force. He was wanted in connection with an attempted kidnapping and assault and battery that occurred at approximately 4:37 a.m. on Sunday, May 25th in South Boston. Who's out at that time of the morning?
What time?
4:37 a.m.
That's crazy.
In addition to these charges, McCree is the subject of multiple outstanding warrants in both Boston and New York. At the time of the incident, McCree's last known whereabouts were in the Dorchester area, and investigators believed he had fled to New York. So they found him. They got him, and he
made it all the way to New York?
Right quick.
This is my question. Like, if you're in Boston and they're looking for you, they put a bolo out to the surrounding states too? And
I guess because he's known to frequent between Boston and New York, so that's why.
Oh, so
he has warrants in New York as well.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, if I go to Ohio, the Ohio police is automatically looking for me as well, because that's crazy.
No. I guess, well, I don't know. He's a criminal in both places, so that's why. Activists march for rent control. Activists from greater Boston area, cities, and towns marched at the State House on Tuesday as part of a national demonstration against the Trump administration's planned cuts to federal housing programs. While the demands activists articulated at the JFK Federal Building revolved largely around defending federal funding for housing. When the march reached the State House, the focus was on rent control. We need all of our elected officials to hear our demands, said Lian Quang, a organizer with the Chinese Progressive Association. People are working 2 and 3 jobs, and it won't be enough to catch up on the rising cost of rents if we don't do something about it. And yesterday we talked about how the rent is what? Well, the average rent is like $3,500, and you have to make $107,000 per household in order to afford these rents. Rent control ended in Massachusetts after a real estate industry funded ballot initiative passed in 1994. Although voters in Boston, Cambridge, Brookline, and Somerville, the communities with rent control laws on the books, voted overwhelmingly against the ballot measure. 51% of Massachusetts voters supported it. Really? So they have rent control in these other places, okay. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, activists tried repeatedly to pass home rule petition to reinstate different forms of rent control, but were blocked by local elected officials. Last year, Boston City councilors and Mayor Michelle Wu backed a home rule petition to allow local communities to enact rent control, but were blocked by state lawmakers who've consistently sided with the real estate industry in its opposition to rent stabilization.
I get what does rent control mean? You get it's a cap on how much you can charge rent.
I don't know. You have to Google it.
And then so what is the oppositions of rent control?
The homeowners aren't able to charge what they want to. Mm-hmm. So right now the homeowners have basically free range of what they want to charge people rent. Okay. So if there was rent control, it put a cap on how much they could say you pay for rent.
But how do they determine what the cap is?
By the market.
See, there says right now there are currently no legal limits on how much a landlord can increase the rent. However, there are some tenant rights protections such as just cause eviction laws, which prevent landlords from evicting tenants who disagree with rent hikes. So for me, I get it. Like as a homeowner, I would want the choice of charging how much money I would like for you to rent my house. And if you can't afford it, then you can't afford it. I think maybe this is for people who are already living in an apartment. The landlord can't be like, oh, we're increasing your rent by 50% next month. Have a good day. You know, like, I think that's dead ass wrong. Like, I don't think that you can do that. I know that they're not going to increase it by that much, but I do believe, like, in this economy.
Yeah, they have. The business that was in Mattapan Square, they were paying $8,000, and the landlord said, "Oh, we're gonna go up to 14 now."
What?
Oh, because their contract was
that was the restaurant.
That was
the restaurant that was there
down the street.
Where, Golden Crush used to be.
And because they didn't necessarily have a choice but to accept it, because that's where my business is, and I can't make any money if I cannot want my business. When they couldn't pay it, then the landlord put chains and locks on their doors so that they couldn't get in or do anything.
Isn't that in the case of like people who have Section 8, right? Because with Section 8, the government pays a certain part of your thing. So doesn't not having rent control work in favor of like the homeowners in that case too? Because they can be like, the rent is $3,500. Yeah, I know Section 8 is gonna pay $3,000. So whatever. So okay. I don't know.
This whole thing, both sides, I think that everybody can understand. I think that we all could agree that rent right now is way too high. Yeah. And if you're just making, and I know some people make, have buildings and houses to gain wealth and to make money, but I don't want to put a cap on anybody's whatever, but like you either want people in your house living or you're okay with not having people at all in there because they can't afford the rent. So it seems like a compromise would have to be made, or a system or a formula that they can do that can help to figure this out, because I don't want to pay no market rent.
And it seems like, a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are doing this, renting their apartments as rooms in order to afford the rent. So they're charging people $1,000 per room, rather than, because they're not able to find like a family or somebody to be able to rent the whole apartment for like $3,000. Anyhow, I don't know. Portuguese cafe and restaurant lays claim to long vacant Dot Ave corner. So The Portuguese flag is about to be firmly planted on Dorchester Avenue in Savin Hill with the upcoming opening of Lisboa Cafe, the longtime dream of Raquel Semedo, who was born and raised in Portugal but boasts deep Cape Verdean roots. She was a recipient of the Competitive Supporting Pandemic-Affected Community Enterprises, or SPACE grant. That's what SPACE grant stands for.
What is it?
Supporting Pandemic-Affected Community Enterprises. Never knew that. I thought it was space as in
more space.
Have a space.
The one thing about the city of Boston, they will acronym every goddamn thing.
Well, that is acronymated.
They acronym it.
And a long search. She signed a lease 3 months ago for space in a newly constructed building at 1078 Dorchester Ave and Elton Street, formerly the site of Theo's Pizza, where she hopes to open by August or September. Last week, she had an abutters meeting to discuss her application for one of the new restricted all-alcohol restaurant licenses for enhancing dining experiences. Sitting in what is still an empty shell, she talked about her designs for Portuguese-style blue and white mosaic floor tiles, a center island serving area, and calming beige wall tones, and added that she sees a great future here in tandem with the community.
Portuguese, would that be the same food as Cape Verdean?
Well, it says that she has deep Cape Verdean roots, so I suppose that is the same thing.
And this is just food with eggs. They put eggs on everything, don't they?
I don't know.
I think they do, right? You can get a little egg, a little fried egg on top of everything, or a boiled egg inside of it.
Yeah, Cape Verdean. Has close family connections with the owners of Cesaria.
Oh, okay.
And
Cesaria's is good.
Yeah,
that's a good place to eat.
It is. She says being in Portugal the weekdays during school were more Portuguese, and then at home on the weekends were more Cape Verdean. That's why I really want to bring them together. Both cuisines are very similar and can go together very well. There's an emotional aspect that because I'm putting my life story together in one place and answering the question, who is Raquel? And that is nice. It's going to be 49-seat space with accommodate a pastry and coffee counter inside the doorway for people to come in in the morning, and then they can get foods. There's going to be specialty breads and all kinds of things.
And where exactly is this going to be?
Savin Hill area.
Down by me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at traditional Portuguese foods right now. It says Portuguese cuisine is known for its fresh seafood, robust flavors, and Mediterranean influences, with a particular focus on olive oil, garlic, and a variety of spices. It features dishes like bacalhau, salted cod, cataplana, seafood stew, frango, piri, chicken with chili pepper, and the popular pastel de nata, custard tart. Wow.
They don't say nothing about the cachupa?
No, don't say no cachupa.
Oh, because that's Cape Verdean. This one says that she's going to be making, she's going to feature Portuguese wines and beers and unique cocktails to go with the food specialties like cozida al portuguesa, which is a popular stew, and carne de porco alenjana, pork shoulder and clams.
Wow.
Oh,
pork shoulder and clams. That is a combination.
That sounds nice.
But good for them. You know what? It's good for them. I wonder how come no one has taken that little space in Upham's Corner on Dudley Street. Like you go, like is from... You know where the dollar store is, and you go down there, see the park?
Yeah.
Like that one right up there. That's such a nice space with a little
with
open patio.
Yeah, very, very nice. I wonder what they're going to do with that.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I saw that Mamich is it open or is it?
No, I think she just got her signage and stuff up right now. But I don't think it's open.
Jillian's Hairs.
Here's Jillian.
Here's Jillian. That's cute.
Oh, that's her salon name?
It's but I think it's because it's her restaurant and her salon, so it's Here's Jillian, Hairs, but like hair play on the word
so
Here's.
Cute. I love that.
That's cute.
Good
so
for her.
It's Mamich and her hair salon. So that she's that's rolling, which is really
that's a huge undertaking.
The Mamich.
Shout out to Rockstone Triz.
Go on Rockstone Triz
out here branding the neighborhood.
And then speaking of restaurant openings, Gourmet Creole opens their fast casual location on Blue Hill Ave, and we've been talking about that a lot. I threw this article in here because down the very bottom of the article, look who's there. It is our own Hot Sauce and Pam Pam, Spark FM president Danielle Hot Sauce Johnson with DJ Pam Pam of the Feel Good Friday show.
DJ Pam Pam.
And the radio station studio is located across the street from Gourmet Creole. We can look out our window and see them, and they can look out and see us as well. And there it is, Gourmet Creole. When will they be opening? Do it say in here?
It don't. I'm gonna have to send them a little text because
It's open.
No, Tristan. No. Somebody went over there the other day and said that it was not open. Oh, wow. And they keep on asking us. She gonna have to give me a little ownership.
Yeah.
Because I gotta answer questions.
We know that she is also working on opening a Haitian and Caribbean fusion sit-down restaurant in Codman Square called Dune et Pepe, which is vying for a full liquor license as well, and will serve small plates and bites in a family-friendly atmosphere. And that is expected to open later this year. So shout out to Natalie and this nice picture with her and her whole family. And this is awesome. Gourmet Creole, 1210 Blue Hill Ave in Mattapiano.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. I like it.
Yeah, but it's still, it's almost, when is it opening? Come on. That is the local news. We are going to take a break and be right back. We're going to be talking with Cleon from 1125. 1102 Blue, and talking to him about his efforts that he's making over there and big things that are big things like Guan. Last night, quick, was also a mayoral forum was last night at Prince Hall. Do you have any more on that?
I don't. However, Alex was not there.
Oh, did he not get enough votes?
I don't know. However, there was another mature and beyond his years wise man that was sitting at the forum as well. I don't know his name because I don't know his name. I don't know who he was. I didn't do a lot of research on the mayoral forum yesterday, and I couldn't find anything immediately available, but we'll catch you guys up with that tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, emotions over Boston's illegal immigration protections at the mayoral forum Wednesday with candidate Josh Kraft's vow. I found something. So here we go. Come on. Here we go. Tension surrounding illegal immigration spilled over into a Boston mayoral forum Wednesday with candidate Josh Kraft's vow to defy the Trump administration's mass deportation push, drawing jeers from the crowd. Sorry. It's a Herald article, so I can't get into it.
That's why I didn't put it there, because I couldn't read it.
Anyhow, so Josh Kraft was definitely there. Mayor Wu was there, and I don't know. I can't see the name of the seasoned gentleman that you were speaking of. But yeah, we'll be right back. Saucy and Friends in the Morning, Spark FM Online.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and get school.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Prioritize your mental well-being with Kuji Jakalia Wellness Center, a Black woman-owned therapy practice committed to culturally affirming care that understands you. Our licensed therapists specialize in personalized care, offering virtual sessions Monday through Friday by appointment, because your healing should fit your schedule.
At Kuji Wellness, we embrace the principle of Kuji Jakalia, meaning self-determination, the power to define, create, and speak for ourselves. Your healing journey is yours to own, and we're here to support you every step of the way. We also offer individual, child, couple, and family therapy, helping families connect, heal, and thrive together.
Visit us at kujiwellness.com and book your appointment, because when you heal, the community heals too.
Finally Home is a must-read, step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, homeownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets sold.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got the Congo long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
Tell me what can I do? What you feel like I do? Baby, in time, baby, I know you're fine. Tell me what can I do? Yeah. But I gotta be strong. But I gotta be strong. But I gotta be strong. I thought we were now. Now you say you want me, girl. Now you say you want me, girl. Now you say you want me, girl. know you want my love, baby. Girl, you got me twisted over you. I got what you need right here, baby.
Like, there's not a lot of them.
Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Let's get into Taylor. I am on air. Let me put Taylor. Let me remind Taylor. You know that we are on air, right?
And it's a FaceTime too.
Hello, Taylor.
You out of control. Goodbye, Taylor. Have a good one. The hell?
Wow.
I be wondering about y'all sometimes. Y'all different towards my life, and especially calling the phone too on a FaceTime in the middle of the morning show.
Hey, maybe it was important.
National is not, because we were texting. So, god damn it,
crazy
woman. Oh, so yesterday the president of the once formerly known as the free world issued a bunch of pardons yesterday for people, and one of those pardons was
Larry Hoover.
Big Meech Larry Hoover. I can't even say just regular Larry Hoover. I can say Big Meech Larry Hoover.
Oh wow.
He apparently he's been in jail since 1974
for murder.
Isn't it multiple murders?
Oh. Multiple murders. And is that his name? I thought that was his pseudonym.
Larry Hoover. Yeah, that's his name.
President Donald Trump issued a series of pardons on Wednesday, awarding them to former New York congressman, a Connecticut governor, a rapper known as NBA Youngboy, a labor union leader, and a one-time Army officer who flouted safety measures during the coronavirus pandemic. Trump's actions mix his willingness to pardon prominent Republican Republicans and other supporters, donors, and friends with the influence of Alice Marie Johnson, who is the pardon czar.
Yeah, pardon czar.
The pardon czar. She was sitting up there like a, oh, which way did he go, massa? The whole time, every time he signed a pen, just smiling and happy because she got pardoned by him. I think the first round.
What did she do?
I think that her case was something just kind of effed up, like she shouldn't have been in jail or something like that. Some I think so. He commuted the sentences of Larry Hoover, a former Chicago gang leader serving a life sentence at a supermax prison in Colorado. Hoover was first imprisoned in connection with a murder in 1973 and was convicted of running a criminal enterprise in 1998, but later renounced his criminal past and petitioned for a reduced sentence. He remains incarcerated on state charges. Louisiana rap artist NBA.
Oh, so he pardoned his federal, but he's okay.
That's what they were trying to get him to do with Derek Chauvin too.
Yep.
And Tim Waltz was like, yeah, pardon him in federal. That's fine.
Yep.
He won't get out of state jail.
Yep.
In Louisiana rap artist NBA Youngboy, whose real name is Kentrell Golden. He is the baby daddy of Mayweather's daughter, Yaya.
One of them.
And one of them, because he's got 11,
like 13
right?
13 kids, something like that.
That's a lot. And he's about...
Ain't he 13 years old?
He's 13 years old. Whose stage moniker stands for Never Broke Again.
Yeah.
Also received a Trump pardon. In 2024, he was sentenced to just under 2 years in prison on gun-related charges after he acknowledged having possessed weapons despite being a convicted felon. Golden also pleaded guilty to his role in a prescription drug fraud ring in Utah.
Y'all,
he got 10 kids.
What is Donald Trump doing?
He's trying to appease the black people.
By pardoning Larry Hoover and NBA Youngboy.
Yes, like when he did Kodak Black the first time around. Yeah, that was the first time around he pardoned Kodak Black. Because if you look at it, if you look at the comment section, which is not going to tell us the complete demographic of idiots in the world, but people are like, yeah, that's one right, Donald Trump. I might not agree with everything, but I agree with this. For what? Larry Hoover, I think he has recidivized by now. However, he was in connection with a murder and he was the kingpin of drugs who killed a lot of other people. So I'm not really sure what we're doing here, but whatever. Anybody can be free.
A lot of rappers have been trying to get Larry Hoover freed, including Kanye.
Oh yeah, Kanye and Jay Prince.
Jay Prince.
You know, and both Jay Prince I can see. Kanye, I don't want Kanye to advocate for anybody on behalf of anything because Kanye is not the one.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the one. Let's go to the clip.
Wasn't that crazy when he started doing that though. He just got crazier.
Joining us now with more on that, Jenna.
Micah and Ray, Hoover is now 75 years old.
Wow.
He was denied parole in this federal case just last year. Now with this commutation, he's expected to be moved from a supermax prison in Colorado back here to Illinois to serve prison time for a state sentence for murder. The notorious founder of the Gangster Disciples, Larry Hoover, was serving 6 life sentences in federal prison. 6. Convicted of running his criminal enterprise from inside an Illinois prison in the 1990s after his 1973 conviction for murder in the state.
There are crimes that are so heinous that they are not entitled to mercy, and his are among those.
Ron Safer was the lead prosecutor in Hoover's federal case.
There's no question that it is the biggest, most well-organized, most efficient drug organization that the country has ever known.
But advocates, including celebrities, have been fighting for Hoover's release. Kanye West and Drake holding a benefit concert for the cause in 2021.
How ironic.
Hoover himself was in court just last year fighting for early release, renouncing his past. And Wednesday, President Donald Trump commuted his federal sentence. Hoover's attorneys writing, the courts have demonstrated a complete unwillingness to consider Mr. Hoover's considerable growth and complete rehabilitation.
We've got to learn how to respect one another and keep each other alive. Any voice that comes out with that message that may be able to help somebody.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I think he might be a little recidivized by now.
Was that a Confederate flag in the background?
He's been pretty much there for 50 years, right?
Yeah.
Since 1973. Yeah. He's been there for pretty much 50 years. I believe that he might have some reconciliations. I don't even know if that's that word, but like I might
recidivization.
He could come out, and because he was such an organized, meticulous, and great leader, he might just come back and start all over. Because what do you do after getting out of prison after 50 years? There's not know how to use a computer, a smartphone.
So he's getting out for federal, but then he got to go to the state.
So the state also has to pardon him. So
he ain't going nowhere.
That's where it be at.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
And all they did was commute the sentence. He didn't pardon it, which I don't know what the difference is anyhow. But whatever. Well, we do happen to have our guest here. We had a little segue of Larry Hoover. And we want to introduce you guys to Cleon. Cleon is the owner and operator of 1102 Blue, also known as Champagne Function Hall. Because I was like, wait, what is it? It's the Sky Cap. It's the Champagne Function Hall. Which, if you grew up in the city of Boston, you probably knew about the Champagne Function Hall for a long time. You probably went to a wedding, a repast, a birthday, an event there of some type. And this Saturday, they are holding their first fundraiser. So, welcome to Spark FM, Cleon.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
How y'all doing?
We're doing okay.
Yes.
Hanging in there.
So you have deep-rooted ties in this community since birth. Tell us first of all, introduce yourself and tell us who you are.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cleon Byron. I am the owner of 1102 Community Event Space. And just like Danielle has said, Hot Sauce has said, I've been in the area for a long time. If y'all can remember Johnson's Superette, which used to be a 24-hour store across from Chez Vu's, that used to be me, my brothers and sisters working inside the store, sending you guys penny candies. 1, 2.
That means they need to bring them back because you can't get nothing.
All the good candies is a penny candy.
You used to get with a whole brown bag of candies.
Candy 25 cents each now.
Ridiculous.
Right. And you can't get them.
Since I've been around here, I'm going to give a shout out to Lenny, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Lenny's old space, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I grew up with Lenny as well. My dad, Elton Byron, used to have a travel group called TSJB, which is the...
Was your father TSJB?
Yes,
I think my father was involved in that.
Yes, TSJB. And we did a lot of traveling, cruises. There's a lot of people in Boston that travel.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So we came up with a way for like payment plans to get people out of the city.
Yeah, we do like a lot of carnival trips.
Only reason we stopped was COVID. COVID stopped us. You know what I mean?
I didn't even know that. Yeah. Okay, very nice.
Whose phone is that?
So we have one in November 29th. It's going to be my dad's 80th birthday party. So I'll send you guys.
Yes, we want to come.
Please.
We love an 80th birthday party.
Right?
That would be fun. They be turning up.
You know, so I'm just trying to, carry on to the tradition, you know, as you guys are doing with the Jamboree. Shout.
Oh, yes,
sir.
So I'm just trying to carry on the tradition.
Good.
You know?
And you also got, and Cleon, even with his roots in the Jamboree, has offered and supported this ever since, and we try to keep him up to date with as many things as possible. It might be postponed due to the rain. So I'll keep you guys updated. So 1102 Blue, you're having your first fundraiser for that.
Yes.
Tell us about that space.
Okay. Well, 1102 Blue is a 4,000 square feet space with a projector. We've had many events in there, banquets, theme parties. We actually had the Kitty Carnival fashion show, an event there.
Band launch.
But it's a community space, right?
Yeah.
It's a community space. It's for us to go there, sometimes for good things, sometimes for bad things, like bereavements, right? And for us to have a space.
We've been to a wedding there.
Right here on Blue Hill Ave in Morton Street in Dorchester on our side of town where we can have a good time.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
And then also, not only that, we live in a desert of non-education, right? We got Boston Public Schools, but we don't want to talk about that, right? But we have to make spaces to provide the education that we need. So 1102 Blue Community Event Space will be providing that. Financial literacy, how do we get banking to bank with us? How do we get loans without 2 years of taxes returns, right? All those little things. Okay, how do we make our money work for us? Dr. Shalia put me on that because I'll be honest, I did not know how to make my money work for me, right? I had slave mentality, work harder.
And that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize about new business owners or just business owners that may have been in business before, but now once you start owning it, there's like, oh, I got to do that. So you have to figure out how to make your money keep flowing while you're figuring things out.
And that's it. And the other thing too, let me put out the most important thing. I want to be a job creator, right? I know a lot of people like building buildings and be a developer. I want to develop jobs here. So that's the first thing why I'm doing this also, because I could bring 10 stable jobs to the area, right? Where taxes with District 4 could, help beautify our area, right? Because
I believe in gentrifying our space before somebody else comes and gentrify it. I want nice things in my neighborhood that do not belong to white people. I want to see business owners build up their place with nice signage and nice clear windows and stuff like that, because if somebody else came in and was like, oh my God, that ain't for us, then we should make it for us. God damn it.
And that's what, again, we have to understand. If we want our area to look good, we got to create jobs here, right? For our people. That's what really creates beautification. It's taxes, right? And then understanding how we use our taxes in our community, right? So having a space like 1102 Blue Community Event Space, this is where we get to talk about it and be unapologetically black.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
When we talk about it, right?
And
that's what we need, because a lot of times and I know this, me helping us, people be like, why? What for? What are you doing it for?
It's hard to help the community.
What's wrong with you? Right? and it be my own people sometimes, right? Looking at me and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to do something. But part of it is also, I want to beautify the block. My family owns it. And part of it is that I want them to do well too. And they gave me the task of, Cleon, do something better with this. We started it. What can you do? So that's why I'm out here every day fighting, being the billboard, the SOS sign. Hey, we want to make this place for us. All right.
So the fundraiser, what do you need help with? Like, what are you raising funds to actually complete?
The funds are to continue the permitting process, but the main thing is for a sprinkler system. Sprinkler systems cost $80,000.
Excuse me.
Right.
Put some water. Give me the money. Give me 20,000.
Two holes.
And one. Because in the summertime they got all those little splash pads up.
Which one? A little unicorn one or a circle?
To make it look good, I'll charge you a cool $20,000.
But we gotta make this noise, right? Because that costs a lot. And I put it this way, if I'm not making this noise, there's a lot of other businesses and people who look like us who didn't have this support, who didn't have the people who keep on going, right? And failed, lost all their money, and guess what? Nobody's even thinking about them anymore.
So what is it? You have to reinstall a sprinkler system, or you have to just get a new one altogether?
There was never a sprinkler system in there. So
how did it go on for that long?
It's an older building. It was built in
So there wasn't regulation for that before.
Right, you get grandfathered in certain things, but at the end of the day, we want to be safe.
Yes.
We want to be up to code.
Right.
And we want it to look better, right?
Yeah.
And me in putting into the building includes, the rate, not the rate of return, but the price of the building.
I know what you're saying.
Right.
You can charge more.
Brings up the value.
Right.
Brings up the property value.
There's a phrase there.
So that's also what I'm doing. So it's not me, not a takeaway. To me, it's an ad. And then think about once we get it going, the things that we are going to be doing together.
Absolutely.
Right? That's really what it is. Not only that I'm here to open it, but it's open for Spark. That's been my dream for a long time. Before y'all opened up, that was our dream. We talked about it. So that's it too, because this community needs us.
I love things like this because these are the things that we in the community complain about a lot. We ain't ain't got no space. We ain't got nowhere to go. Yeah. Nobody don't want us. We can't go downtown because they racist and they don't want us downtown. But then when we have things like this, and especially with the closing of K's too, we were left at a deficit. So we do have Starland Line that just opened up.
Boom, boom.
But if you
and
think,
El Punto.
And El
so mad. There's a thorn in my side.
El Punto is gonna be on Blue Hill Ave, boy. Golly, they are doing all of the things.
They gotta do it, you know.
But yeah. With the deficit of losing K's Oasis, I think that now is such a really great time to make sure that we are replacing or putting back into place things that were there to serve us and function for us, and now they aren't, because we can't all rent from the same place all the time. Yeah. A lot of us that are in these communities want to stay in the community. We don't want to go to Bridgewater and Peabody and stuff like that to go do things. So with this, it's important. It's a function space. It's big. What's the capacity in there?
With the sprinkler system, we should be able to hold 350 people.
Really?
Easily.
Yeah.
Well, we can do more, but 350 is good. And that's still a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
I'm good at 2, to tell you the truth. You know, but that's what we can hold. We just want it safe for everybody. Everybody wants a safe space, and everybody wants a space that they come into and it's like, this is for me.
It looks good.
How's that process been?
Yeah.
To clear my throat. You know what? It's been hard. Everybody knows how it is going through ISD and trying to do something new and change. But at the end of the day, every day I get closer to my goal. Yeah. Right? And that's my focus. I don't want to put no blame on nobody because I didn't know how to do everything from the beginning. Yeah. I don't want to put no blame on the city because, you know, there's a lot of people transition in and out of the city and different places at ISD. And I had to learn all that, you know what I mean? Because everybody don't know. So doing this is hopefully just getting us together so we're all on the same page. Yeah. It is.
I feel it'd be hard, but it's like educational, because if I ever had to do a lot of these things again, I'd be like, oh, I remember last time I didn't do that. Right. You know, how's it been for you mentally and emotionally kind of getting this up? Because I know you've been working at it for a long time now.
It's definitely draining. Just like I said, I feel like I'm trying to do something in the community, and for some reason, I don't know what it is. If you know, my spiritual power isn't strong enough right now, so I pray all the time that you know things are just not aligning. But I do got a lot of support from people, so that's what keeps me alive. And and tell you the truth, let me give a shout out to Omar Brown. Omar Brown's a developer over here in Blue Hill area. Cool guy, down to earth. And he came in one day and I got introduced to him by Rich Future, and he came to me one day. He was like, I want to meet this Cleon guy. And he came in and all he wanted to do was to say to me, I want you to win. I need you to see you succeed. And really meant it. It almost brought, you know what I'm saying?
Chills, all of that thing. Like, there's people out here.
And when people out there telling me they got to win, because it shows me that there's a lot of people out there living vicariously through me. Right? And if I fail, we all fail. Right? So that's why.
More people have that type of mentality.
Right. And but I know it. You know what I mean? I know it. It's always, you know, some people, you always been a leader. You know, you try to hide in the back and they pull you in front. Come here and lead. Yeah. And that's always been me. You know, I try to hide and try to be like, you could lead, but for some reason, I always come to the front. You know, and God's blessed me with that. And
it's been open before. What's like event space like? You know, like how do you? It's not a lot.
It's actually fun. You know what I mean? Because you know, we did a lot of theme parties. Yeah. And watching the decorators come in there and
transform your space. Yeah.
Space. I don't even know all the kids' terms because I don't have no little baby. But you know, SpongeBob or whoever the new things coming in, they have it out there, and I'm like, wow, I couldn't even believe it's my space.
Yeah.
And then the people coming in there's a lot of families and they're just cool, and then they feel comfortable. They be like, I just love this space. Yeah. I just feel, and when I hear that, that just makes me want to do it more. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So,
how long has that space been open? Because it has been around for a long time.
It has been. We had it since 1995.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So
it was a church. It was a
church. I remember that.
And then we reopened it.
It was a church?
Yeah.
I remember.
I remember in the church with all the chairs lined up and things. Yeah.
Well, in an event space, it could be a church.
Yeah.
That's true, because you can rent. That's good income. Yeah.
And then
you said that your family owns the block. So what else is going on on that block?
Well, we have a daycare there as well on Tender Heart.
Okay.
That's probably the founder of businesses that we started, because we actually have 2 others. On that block, we also rent out to New Flave, which is a Haitian restaurant.
Yeah.
And then
is Bondage on that?
No, it's the next block.
Oh, the next block. Okay.
And then Family Hardware.
I was about to say that hardware store.
Forever.
Yeah.
Legacy business.
Yeah. They're second, third generation like us. Caribbean descent.
Yep.
You know,
the Bajan hardware store.
Yeah, Bajan hardware store.
Can you guys apply or be nominated for a legacy business, even though you haven't had it?
We've tried. Yeah, we've tried. They have been.
Yeah, they are.
They have been, but we've tried. It hasn't came around as yet, but like you said, a lot is a learning process. We've just probably started doing grants and certain things probably a year and a half ago.
Okay, yeah.
So
and it do take some time.
Right. So that took some time and learning how to do it in a timeline. One thing I didn't know about grants is like there's a timeline.
Yeah.
You better get it within this timeline. Right?
And then even after that, you still don't know if you're gonna get it or not, because you'll be sitting there waiting for your money and be like, oh shit.
And when you get it, you still gotta wait.
Yep.
All right. Right. So it's definitely a triple wait.
So tell us the logistics on the event. So the event is Saturday.
Yes, May 31st is going to be on the 2nd floor of the Bruce Bowling Building.
Okay.
It's going to be from 1 to 5 p.m.
Okay.
And we're going to have an art show. We're going to have some singers. We're going to have Senator Liz Miranda be our keynote speaker.
Okay, Senator Liz.
And we're going to be giving some awards to our local politicians, Chris Worrell, Russell Holmes, and Julia Mejia.
Shout out to those 3. I really like those people. They're good people.
Yeah.
And
this is family ran business, because I saw one of the posters. It was just a picture of you and all of the people that have been involved in 1102 Blue. Tristan has the flyer up right now on the screen. Again, from 1 to 4 at the Bruce building. But this, again, a family-owned business. How is it working with family?
I love it. It's just like anybody else. We have days we don't like each other, but we love each other. That's the difference. And then even the days when we don't like each other, you can call me and I'm still going to get it done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the part of my family I love more than anything. And I grew up working with family. So that's all I know. I grew up in the village.
Yeah.
We grew up at this 24-hour store. We had to pack the grocery and stuff growing up. So that's me. I don't think I would want to do it any other way.
Yeah.
Because also I'm the master of my time. I got people who care about that, my mental health. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I got to take a vacation, I got people to fill in and cover for me. So I don't think I could get that in another world. And then, the people, they love me. They care about what I do. Yeah. And just like I said, they don't like me all the time. I don't like them all the time, but we definitely love each other. And it's a good working bond.
What's your goal?
Your
raise goal.
My race goal, after I went on the urban heat, and they think my race goal is the 80,000.
Okay, yeah,
is the 80,000.
So you're not even asking for people to come out the water and give you juice and drinks. You are looking for literally the most basic thing to get the business up and running and to keep them safe. So your money is going literally towards your safety, while renting the space that you will most likely need at some point in your life. So if that's not a really great cause, I'm not sure what you would be investing your money in. How do we donate? Where do we go?
Okay, you can go to GoFundMe. Just type in 1102 Blue, and you will see the GoFundMe page. All right.
And Tristan is putting it in the comment section right now, so you guys can go take a look at it. And
also get tickets to the event.
On Eventbrite.
Over on Eventbrite, just punch in 1102 Blue. I think that the the link, the thing, the post you had up,
Yep.
may have it already linked in that caption, so you can just click on
Oh,
it.
yep, it's right here. It is right, the Eventbrite. So register, people. You can get tickets to the event by going on Eventbrite. You can, if you can't make it to that day, you can go on to their GoFundMe and donate. And again, it's for a sprinklers. This is the first thing that I see up here for sprinklers and an updated bathroom. To a bathroom. And let me just stop there because bathrooms is something that we complain about the most in every venue, everywhere. If your bathroom don't look like it's been kept, people will talk trash. They done it to Slaves. They done it to Unity. They done it to Prince Hall. They've done it to everywhere. And these people, their two first things is a sprinkler and bathrooms. Hello. Okay? That's it. That's what we need. We need those two things. And it's also going to be a really dope event.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
It
It's
sounds
somewhere we can
very
go
nice.
lime, have a good time, have a little drink, maybe some food.
Yes.
Yeah, some food.
Yes, food.
Oh,
Yes,
say that.
yes.
Y'all should have
Yeah,
started
no
with
party
that.
on no food.
Yeah.
Right. Wasn't a party. Ain't a party without no food in it.
Okay, so this is Saturday
Yes.
from 1 to 4 at the
1 to
Bruce.
5 p.m.
1 to 4. 5 p.m.
Yeah, we changed. We
1 to
extended
5.
the time.
Okay, 1 to 5 at the Bruce Bowling Building.
2100 Washington Street.
2100 Washington Street. This is where the transportation building is for Boston Public Schools, right across from the Foot Locker in Dudley.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
better.
Yes.
Foot
Yes.
Locker.
We ain't got no prescriptions, but we got sneakers. Hello.
We don't need those.
We don't need no
can
damn
walk it off.
prescription.
Just walked off the
Jinx a
bean.
ginger ale. Shalir, we have Dr. Shalir. We have to have you come in here too to talk about your business in chiropractorism.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people be walking around here all bent up and crazy.
Yeah.
And they need to be synced. So we're gonna get you back in here. But right now she is support for 1102 Blue and helps manage the place and make sure that everything is going good. And we do definitely want to see you guys succeed in this. Know how hard it is to get something up and running. And y'all are doing a good job. I think it is. I don't even think. I know it's gonna happen. And we're all gonna be excited about it.
I just really want to give a shout out to Shalir.
Yeah.
She set this up for me. She's been like my
Even
manager,
this morning, am I confirmed or not?
My manager in the back, my manager in the background. Make sure my hair's kept. But I'm just gonna say I thank you a lot. Much appreciated for all the little things.
Very
Me
nice.
too. I appreciate. Shalir literally supports everybody and everything in this community.
Yeah.
So make sure that you guys are, when you see a lot of people out here, just give them their props. We talked about you a while, all the time.
Yeah.
During life challenges.
Yeah.
And we wish you the best of luck in everything too.
Absolutely.
Yes. With that said, we do got to pay some bills. 1102 Blue Hill Ave, community event space call to action. It's going to be Saturday, May 31st from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Bruce Bowling Building. Again, in order to register for the event and buy tickets, you can go to the Eventbrite or you can just donate to the cause on GoFundMe. Either way, or just come and support and, buy a drink or something. Every little bit helps. If you got $10 or $5, go on ahead and put it in the offering plate. Hello.
Hello.
We have to make a little offering plate when people come in for different funds that we're supporting. Hey, donate to my friends. God damn it.
I like it. Let's do it.
Offering plate. With that said, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys on Saturday. We're gonna have a good time. A good old time. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the Morning. We'll be right back. Keep it locked right here.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
What is this, Doctor?
This is
Well, Spark of New England. Spark FM. Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information.
Praise the Lord, City of Boston. This is Brother Chris right here on Spark FM.
Come on, sing it.
Bringing you Sunday morning worship each and every Sunday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Let's get our praise on.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibe. My name is Gary Banton alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the number one place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturdays from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue. Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present the Boston New Works Festival, taking place June 26th to June 29th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. The Boston New Works Festival is a weekend-long festival of celebrating new original plays by local playwrights. 7 original plays, 5 different stages, and 1 wild weekend. Tickets are $25 per show. Pay what you wish. Tickets are available at the box office. Get your tickets now at BostonTheaterScene.com. That's June 26th to June 29th. The Boston New Works Festival.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with where you are gonna see a million. We got it gon' go long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip-hop.
Yeah, we on and we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
I got the sauce, yeah, I'm saucy. You peep the walk, yeah, I'm flossing on them. You can't get enough, you know you want this. Cause I got the sauce, catch my drip, drip, drip. I got the sauce, yeah, I'm saucy. You peep the walk, yeah, I'm flossing on them. You can't get enough, you know you want this. Cause I got the sauce, catch my drip, drip, drip. Drip beyond 1,000, your style beyond 100. Cause I've been stacking billions worth of knowledge in my pocket. A designer and an artist working harder than your hardest. I'm a vibe no matter the time when I'm in your space. Catch my fly. Look at the flick of the wrist. Been dripping all over this place. Been clicking all over your space. I laid it all on me with grace. Super ahead of my time. You falling in love with the vibe. Believe it, you know I'm your type. And I see it all in your eyes. Cause I got the sauce, the jugo. All the flavor for real, te lo juro. El sazón to your life, eso es puro. Tú sabes que yo soy de lo tuyo. Cause I got the sauce, the jugo. All the flavor for real, te lo juro. El sazón to your life, eso es puro. Tú sabes que yo soy de lo tuyo. Soy de lo tuyo, soy de lo tuyo. Ya tú sabes, soy de lo tuyo. Siento el orgullo dentro de mí. Comenzando de ahí, salió este hit, salió este beat. Pegándose así, rompiéndote el mix. Tan fácil así, bailándolo así. Tú sabes que sí, tú sabes que sí. Tú sabes que I got the sauce, yeah, I'm sauce. Tú sabes que you peep the wall, yeah, I'm floss. Tú sabes que can't get enough, you know you want. Tú sabes que I got the sauce, sauce, sauce. Tú sabes que I got the sauce, yeah, I'm sauce. Tú sabes que you peep the wall, yeah, I'm floss. Tú sabes que can't get enough, you know you want. Tú sabes que I got the sauce, sauce, sauce. All this ice on my wrist, all this drip got you lit. Catch my fly, watch me whip. I'm a vibe, get with this. All this ice on my
Spark FM Online, number one for urban and Caribbean music. We are back in the building. We just speaking to Cleon from 1102 Blue and Dr. Shalair, and they are having a fundraiser on Saturday. So make sure that if you are looking for some great things to do, great fellowship, networking, and all kinds of great stuff, you go on over there and help support a good cause in our neighborhoods. Hood in the hood. And it's time for our national news. We had started a little bit. We talked about Larry Hoover getting his sentence commuted, and YBN, young boy it was, he got released or whatever he did. And guess what else has happened? And guess who else was released? Elon Musty. Elon Musk leaving Trump administration after leading effort to slash federal government. Elon Musk is leaving his government role as a top advisor to President Donald Trump after spearheading efforts to reduce and overhaul the federal bureaucracy. His departure, announced Wednesday evening, marks the end of a turbulent chapter that included thousands of layoffs, the immiseration of government agencies, and reams of litigation. Despite the upheaval, the billionaire entrepreneur struggled in the unfamiliar environment of Washington, and he accomplished far less than he hoped. He accomplished absolutely nothing, actually. He dramatically reduced his target for cutting spending from $2 trillion to $1 trillion to $150 billion.
What?
He started out by saying we're going to reduce it by $2 trillion. He only helped to do nothing for $150 billion. You know, it's funny when we're talking about these numbers because now I talk about billions and trillion like they ain't shit.
It's just, you know.
Yeah, because $150 billion is still a lot to me, but whatever.
Here goes some of the clippings.
Yeah, let's go here to this clippage.
Being the president's administration, the billionaire was leading the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. In recent days, Musk has criticized the president's so-called Big Beautiful Bill, saying it increases the federal deficit and undermines his work. In a message posted on social media, Musk thanked the president for providing the opportunity to serve.
So even if your top advisor, who is a racist apartheid overlord, thinks that your big, beautiful... your big, beautiful build is a problem. Nobody else wants to recognize that this big, beautiful build, that anything titled big, beautiful build sounds like a fraudulent thing to me. Why would you name it that?
Because Donald Trump has the vocabulary of a 3-year-old.
Literally.
And that's all he could, those are the biggest
big
words.
And beautiful.
Big, beautiful bill.
Yes. Like I couldn't come up, be like Boston and have an acronym for something like Space Bill or something like that. What you going to do? Big, beautiful bill? You triple B, BBW? Big, beautiful waste.
BBL. Big, beautiful bill.
So he and increasingly expressed frustration about resistance to his goals. Sometimes he clashed with other top members of Trump's administration who chafed at the newcomer's effort to reshape their departments, and he faced fierce political blowback for his efforts. Let's just get down to the skivvy. You lost a ton of money with Tesla. People hate Tesla. They don't want to buy them. People who have Teslas want to turn them in. I think that was his biggest thing. Not only that you and your BFF is beefing right now, but you're also losing money on top of that. So
do you think that people will start investing back in Tesla
No, I think he's done enough damage. And I think that people have realized that, I realize that I don't want to support Elon Musk in anything because he doesn't need the support.
Right.
He absolutely does not need the support from anybody. He is the richest man in the entire world. He doesn't need any support from anybody with any of his businesses.
Yeah.
His loss in Tesla is probably just, circumvented with all the billions he made in whatever. Is that the right word? Circumvented?
And Space
Sounds
Force.
good. It fits. I like it.
Yeah.
And Rocket Force.
Circumvented. What that mean?
Tesla.
Find a way around.
Tesla.
Yes. Absolutely. I am smarter than Donald Trump.
Yeah, because Donald Trump would never use the word circumvent.
And I don't even want to put myself in comparison with him
That's
because
like
he's
saying
terrible.
Boston is safer than Memphis. Smarter than Donald Trump.
What else do we have here? Federal court blocks Trump from imposing sweeping tariffs under the emergency powers law. So this was a double whammy. So he can't do it anymore.
Yep.
And anything he did is illegal and cannot be done.
Right. But does that matter that they say that? Because he still does what he wants anyway, right?
Yes. And it took y'all 2 months to figure this out. That is illegal. Is that how slow court goes in general?
You know, it's just so dis-serious.
Dis-serious.
I mean, now let's make up words. Why not? Yeah. Speaking of that, it reminds me of course, I still encourage people to go watch Idiocracy, right? Because it's exactly what the world that we're living in right now. And Idiocracy, I'm going to be honest with you, I couldn't get through the whole thing because it was just so stupid.
Yeah.
It was so stupid, I could not get through the whole thing. But it's definitely the world that we're living in because everything is just like, are you serious? Another thing that is very, very unserious, that is very similar to what is happening here in these United States, is that new Tyler Perry foolishness that's on Netflix.
Oh,
She the People.
She the People. I was watching that and I was wondering if it was satire to what we're going on.
Yeah.
I did giggle hard before I went to sleep yesterday because it's like nobody I get funny, right? But like some of these black movies, y'all really got black people looking like they can't go
Tyler
into
Perry
a place
is trying to
and
set
be
black people back 450 years. I mean, he is just so ridiculous, but that is the state of the world that we're living in.
And that's what I like. Her name is Antoinette.
Me too.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why I watched the whole thing.
I just don't see what I don't. Nah. I be watching it on the background, but it's just like we don't always gotta be super ghetto.
It don't got to be such coonery all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what I said to my friends watching this Tyler Perry show. He is a coon.
A coon. Because the little driver, but man, you don't want to cut it out.
Why they put him in a movie?
The who?
The little driver. He's one of them Instagram comedians, and he has a role in this new Tyler Perry show.
And he is rolling.
And he is a hi JJ. Thank you.
Keeping it moving is I ain't got no more.
That's it.
That's it for the national news.
Going
Going right into the entertainment. I gotta go and read Jill's things to you because that's the only way that I'll be able to get. Yesterday there was some other explosive. Where am I? What is show link called? Okay. Oh, footage shows Tory Lanez being stabbed.
Yeah.
I saw this last night. I mean, not last night. I saw this the other day. It is on Weekend. It's not a full video of it. I've seen a lot of controversy to people whether it should have been exposed or not, or if people should have be watching it. But he got yoked.
I don't know. I just don't believe it.
He got yoked.
Did you see the video?
I did. I don't believe it's him.
I can't tell.
I'm okay.
AI.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with what you're saying.
Yeah.
I have no pushback.
Somebody got stabbed up.
Somebody got stabbed up or punched up. I don't know.
Yeah.
So footage showing Tory Lanez getting stabbed up in his jail for I don't know what he was getting stabbed up for. I did read that. The stabber spoke out. He said that he thought him and Tory was cool apparently, and he thought that at one point Tory was putting out something to stab him. So in defense, he decided to stab Tory up because Tory had something in his pockets and he thought it was him coming to shank him. So he decided that he was going to stab up Tory himself so that Tory he could save his own life. Be sympathetic, okay? Damn it. So that is the video of Tory Lanez being stabbed. Like I said, I read the comments because I just want to see where people are at, and overwhelmingly, I can't believe y'all would want to see somebody get stabbed. How can y'all want to share? The Shade Room talks about not bullying, but they want to show everybody. From the same people be like, where the bullet holes
Where's
at?
the bullet hole?
Let me see the pictures of it. Let me see where it entered and exited out of her foot before I say whether or not the medical examiners were right or wrong.
Yeah.
Because if the medical examiner's going to say that it was glass, but in the report from the medical examiners, it does say bullet fragments were removed from her foot in the testimony and in the medical report prior to the testimony. But what do I know? I'm just a lowly entertainer.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I don't have no sympathy. I really don't. I'm sorry. I'm glad he's not dead.
Me too. I'm glad he's not dead.
Yeah.
Cassie is a boy mom. The singer gives birth to baby number 3 with husband Alex Fiennes in support. Yeah, she got 3 kids.
Wow.
The Me and You singer on Tuesday gave birth to her 3rd child in New York hospital. Sources confirmed to TMZ and People. She and Mobland actor Fine. He's an actor?
Yeah.
I thought he was a personal trainer.
No, he was their personal trainer, but he's an actor.
Oh, bro, they got 3 kids together.
Yeah, 3 kids. Yeah. Fine welcomed their newest family member after the former was rushed to the hospital Tuesday and admitted into labor and delivery unit. Mm-hmm. A representative for Cassie, 38 years old, did not immediately respond to the Times' request for confirmation and additional information. The singer, born Cassandra Ventura, married Fine at 32 years old in October 2019, months after meeting him earlier that year at a gym where he worked as a wellness consultant.
They also very lucky that he didn't get blown up.
Boy,
and
I tell you, I wonder how he got away with it. 38. Yeah.
38. Okay.
Fine is 32.
He's
32. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that is what's up. This is a long article for a baby announcement, and I don't know why.
And with no information, because it don't tell the name of the baby, how much the baby weighed, nothing. It's just a long article.
Blue or yellow eyes? What it got?
Nothing.
Eddie Murphy reveals his son and Martin Lawrence's daughter are officially married, and they are officially in-laws. And we've been hearing about this for a while. Mm-hmm. Eddie Murphy's son and Martin Lawrence's daughter have made it official. Yeah. Eric and Jasmine are married, and their famous dads are now in-laws. Actually, they got married like 2 weeks ago, Murphy tells his dream girl star Jennifer Hudson on Thursday. They went off. Everybody was making the big wedding plans, and they decided they wanted to do something quiet with just the 2 of them.
Oh,
good.
Wow.
Yeah, we're in-laws, he said, and he doesn't have to pay for the big wedding now. Mm-hmm. The Coming Into America star, who's a father of 10.
Yep.
Eddie Murphy got 10 children?
Yes, with about 9 women.
Yeah, with everybody he was ever dating, right?
Yep.
Including Mel B.
Including the Spice Girl, yeah.
And she's black, so I don't know how that happened, because he don't date black women,
No, he dates black women. No,
Oh.
he's black.
I'm sorry.
Dude, he date. I don't think he got any white kids, does he?
I think all his kids is black.
All his kids are black.
Did I know that?
Yeah.
I thought he was one of the black men that only date white women's, like Jamie Foxx. Oh, maybe I'm getting him mixed up with Jamie Foxx. So Jamie Foxx don't date
he got black kids.
Yeah.
Oh, he got black ass kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Angel, Miles, Bria, Eric, Bella, Shane, Christian, Zola, Miles.
Oh yeah, his first wife was Nicole Murphy. She was a little hardened.
What, was she the first wife?
No, her first was Paige Butler.
Yeah, because
she black too?
Yeah.
Oh.
He did. Oh no, Paige is white as hell.
See, maybe that's why. Somebody was white somewhere in Eddie Murphy's
that's the
life.
one he just married. This is the one that he just married. He just married her in 2024.
Oh, so y'all black women made this man run into the arms of a white woman? This man been blackly black all these years, and then y'all black women have ran this man into the arms of a white woman.
And Nicole, she not with Michael Strahan no more either, right?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Me either.
I don't be following these celebrities, but good for these children who are together. They look like siblings.
But before Nicole, he had these older children with a black woman.
A black woman.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Eds.
We got 2 miles.
He got 2 miles.
Got one with a one smelled miles.
Oh yeah, he did. Look at that.
Miles.
Why would you do that? They didn't have a different. Oh, because a different mama might have wanted that name all along. She was like, we already have a Miles. But like, let's spell it with a Y.
That's dumb.
Probably the white man.
That's the white.
The Black Panther video game canceled at Electronic Arts as cliffhanger game shut down. What does that mean? A video game based on Disney and Marvel's Black Panther has been scrapped at publisher Electronic Arts as part of a closure of the game's developer Cliffhanger Games.
Oh. What?
I don't get the sentence.
They didn't.
As a result of EA shutting Cliffhanger, Multiple employees have been laid off at both the studio and across EA's
EA Games has been shut down?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Variety has confirmed the number of staffers cut is less than 300 that EA let go last month when it canceled its next planned Titanfall game, and the company is working to place those individuals with other teams throughout EA. In an email sent to staff on Wednesday, EA Entertainment President Laura Meal said those moves were made to sharpen our focus and put our creative energy behind the most significant growth opportunities. I hear you, girl.
All right.
Whatever that means.
So are they going to bring the game back out?
Bring it back out.
Oh, okay. All right.
Somebody needs to come up with a Black Panther game. That would be lit. I'll watch it.
You play the game.
Oh, I'd watch it like the children watch games.
True. Very true.
They watch people playing the games. That's how I too will watch it.
Yeah.
Amazon MGM unveils premiere date. First look stills for action comedy The Pickup, starring Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, and Keke Palmer. Really? We just talked about Ed's.
Interesting.
The Pickup. Amazon MGM Studios has unveiled a streaming premiere date and a series of first look stills for The Pickup, the new action comedy starring Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, and Keke Palmer. The film premieres globally on Prime Video on August 6th. Check out one of the stills above. I mean, that's a nice still picture of it. Looks like it's gonna be another one of them silly ass movies that you got to get through because you started it. And silly ass.
Did y'all see Keke Palmer and Angela Bassett sitting across from each other having a conversation the other day?
Who?
It was so cute. Keke Palmer and Angela Bassett, because they look alike and it's funny.
Oh. They do.
They do. And so I never realized that until I watched it. And Keke, I guess, famously imitates Angela Bassett a lot. So Angela made her do it for her. And it was really cute. It was a cute conversation. They were showing clips of that throughout the internet yesterday.
Clarissa Shields denies Papoose' role in her glow up after throwback pics emerge. Video. You know, I'm gonna put this here. Ladies, I so want more for us in this life. To not allow men in our lives to consume our everyday thinking. This woman is a world champion boxer. She's a world champ. That means that she's got gold medals and belts and stuff. She is a world champion boxer, and her whole identity is now about Papoose. And the fact that she can't dress. And that is tragic because she's got way too much money to not hire a stylist to go pick out her clothes and tell her what to wear for the week. And I am tired of this girl coming on these internets to defend some foolishness about what people said about her and Papoose.
Yeah, but she's also 22, isn't she?
She's 30 years old. She's a grown ass woman. She's grown.
I thought she was a baby child.
No, she acts like a baby child, and that what bothers me because you're grown. Where's your mentor? Where's your mother? Somebody needs to tell this baby, stop making your whole life be around this man, Papoose, who don't even be rapping.
Whose life was somebody else, a different woman
Remy's
the other day.
Husband.
Like, are you crazy?
Yeah, I think Papoose is very talented and wonderful, but people knew Papoose as Remy's husband.
Yeah.
And now we know you not as a world champion boxer, but as Papoose's side chick.
Side piece. Yeah. That's awful. That's
Come
awful.
on, man. Y'all we got to do better. She's a role model to people, and you can't be out here doing this kind of foolishness. It's making me it's upsetting me and my homegirls. Everybody's on DJ Khaled for how he be eating mangoes in the islands. First, Shensia had to snatch him up, and now Rihanna is snatching him up for how he be wasting the mangoes. And I could see why they would get mad at that, but that mango looks absolutely amazing.
I never know that DJ Khaled eating mangoes was a thing.
It is a thing. For
people to talk about.
Yeah.
All right. So why? What does he do with the mangoes?
I don't even know. Tristan got the thing right here.
Rihanna, I got it right now. Rihanna, me got it right now.
All right.
Oh, that's great.
He got the white shirt on. You can't eat no mango with like white shirt.
Somebody in Boston reminds me of DJ Khaled. Who is it?
So I want to give you, I think we'll end today with the Diddy updates. We are going to go to our good friend Jill Joe, who has been keeping up to date on everything and giving us a little synopsis of what is going on. She's all over the place with everything. Drake, Larry Hoover, everybody.
She be on it.
So yesterday we spoke to, who was on the trial yesterday?
Jaguar Wright. Cougar James. I don't know what's her name.
the assistant.
What's her name?
It was assistant Cadbury. No,
no, it's Cadillac.
Cadillac. Yes. Diddy assistant.
Cougar. Capricorn James.
Capricorn Clark. Capricorn Clark.
Okay.
Cadillac Jack. So this was the testimony as of yesterday. This is the sum up of what is going on in the case of Diddy and his trafficking and RICO. Last testimony of the day, and he will return tomorrow. Deontay Nash, Cassie's stylist, started as an intern to Diddy's stylist, responded to a Craigslist ad. Blast from the past. Craigslist used to be that job back then. Puff controlled Cassie's life, music, appearances, looks, and held it all over her head as threats. Deontay knew about the FOs through Cassie, which is the freak offs. He was forbidden and previously warned. Sorry, I don't know where I was. He was forbidden and previously warned about hanging out with Cassie. Puff once roughed him up on a music video shoot, grabbed him, threw him on a car. I thought I told y'all about going out. Y'all wildin'. Witnesses, he witnessed an enraged Diddy beat up Cassie. Him and another witness jumped on Diddy's back to intervene and was thrown off while Diddy continued to smack down Cassie's head into a bed frame. Then quipped, "Look what y'all made me do." That she'll need to go to a plastic surgeon now. Deontay tried to call the police but was told to hang up. Those exhibit pictures were presented in court. Another time, he was ordered out of Cassie's apartment while Diddy roughed her up, but Cassie eventually fled with him, only for Diddy to call his cell phone to order them to pull over, approach the window, and said he was releasing the sex tapes first to her parents' job so that they could get fired, and then over the internet. Him and Cassie sped away. He dropped Cassie off on a.
Why would her parents get fired?
Because if they're sending sexy videos or something and tagging, I don't know, but I guess it was a decent threat or whatever. Him and Cassie sped away. He dropped Cassie off on a street to catch a cab. In an interview on The Breakfast Club, 50 Cent said that either Diddy or someone close to him sent Cassie's tape to him at one point. So he has a sex tape of Cassie that was leaked by someone.
50 Cent does.
Yeah. Deontay's manager gave Puffy his address. Him and Diddy's security rolled up. Diddy asked, "Where is she?" Looked around and looked in his oven. He didn't know why he looked in his oven. Grabbed his phone off of Cassie. A phone as Cassie was calling from a nearby hotel. Demanded he drive there while Diddy followed him. Deontay and the goons went to her room, told her Diddy was waiting downstairs. She needed to go with them. She was scared and said that she was going to go over the balcony. Deontay left the hotel, thought he was being followed by security. He turned off his lights, took off, and lost them. He stayed at his hotel, didn't feel like it was safe to go home. When he returned home the next day, his backpack with his ID, iPad, and $1,000 of cash was stolen. When they asked him why he kept that much cash on him, he said in the event Puffy got enraged, he could stay in a hotel without giving his name. Diddy reported he never reported the domestic violence. He was always fearful of retaliation, but he did tell Puff's chief of staff, whose name has come up a lot, and I wonder if that chief of staff is going to be one of the people that are testifying after. So basically she summed it up as everybody was complicit, and even after all they've witnessed and equally endured, all of the employees that testified so far said they have no ill will against Puffy. That's interesting.
They have no ill will against him because they don't want him to still kill him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So this is like Puffy was having he was
He's a terrorist,
a deviant. Yeah, like he was just someone that was just everybody that worked for him was pretty much a prisoner.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awful. That's definitely a criminal enterprise.
Yeah, Dr. Renegade. Like, yeah, why are you looking in the oven? You thought she was gonna go hide in the oven?
Because he probably pushed her in the oven one time.
That's crazy.
Remember, we know somebody from Honduras.
Yes.
Put his mother in
Yep. Shit. Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you. So he probably was going to put that girl in the oven.
Yeah, he probably put her ass right in the oven one time. That is so awful.
That is terrible.
Poor girl. Listen, done sent her into early labor and everything.
I mean, at what point do you... there's so many things going on. And there's still... They said that the court said that they are above schedule, like below schedule, ahead of schedule. Yeah, ahead of schedule. So everything might be all set by July 4th weekend. Mm-hmm. That still leaves 5 weeks of trial and testimony. That's a lot. That's a lot every day. These people in court hearing about the deviousness of this man.
And so the people feel safe because he's locked up because Puffy really was this one-man enterprise doing all this bad stuff to everybody?
I guess without being paid, nobody else has to work to continue the enterprise. So I guess, like he was the puppet master and pulling all the strings. For me, it's so weird because I feel two different ways. What could have made people want to leave, and what would their life had been if they did leave? And there was nothing that nobody could do anywhere, like call a suicide hotline or an anonymous call number
because what they all signed NDAs, or they all were in fear of retaliation from him,
or he all had their careers in the middle of their hands,
and he was the one that was physically doing all of this bad stuff. He didn't have goons that were doing it for him.
Some of them were content with the lifestyle too, so
But what does that mean when people say am I content with? I'm content with receiving purses and money and whatever. But does that still make me content if in order to get these things I got to get my head smashed into a wall?
But it wasn't. None of them wasn't getting it. It was only Cassie that was getting it.
See, that's what I'm saying. So why wouldn't they?
Imagine that. Oh my God.
Why wouldn't? But maybe he threatened them. Maybe he used Cassie as an example of what I would do to you if you did ever cross me.
Right, and they're like, that's somebody he loves.
So so if he's not gonna kill her, I'm in the background. He could easily disappear me and nobody would know and or care. That seems.
That's some power.
That's scary.
That's
powerful. We don't have too many entertaining black men that are worth billions of dollars either. So I'm wondering if that was just his allure. I tell you the truth.
I don't know.
That sounds crazy.
If Puffy don't get convicted for this, they got to release R. Kelly because he ain't done nothing that bad.
No, and so I'm glad that you that, I guess, because R. Kelly was dealing with minors in a lot of the cases, so maybe he wasn't RICO too, right?
No.
Yeah,
he just got charges for being nasty. Oh. But it wasn't no RICO or nothing like that.
It was rape and stuff too?
What is R. Kelly statutory rapes. It was statutory stuff, but not saying that statutory rape isn't rape, but still.
But he wasn't knocking nobody out.
That's what said he was very violent towards Kim, and he was, and they think that he killed Kim, actually.
So R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison following the multi-platinum R&B singer's conviction for exploiting his stardom and wealth over decades to lure women and underage girls into his orbit for sex.
Yeah.
The sentence was opposed 9. So why didn't they bring Puffy up on that too? Like exposing, using his influence and his stardom to exploit, beat, and I guess maybe this all into RICO.
And then these people weren't underage. Cassie was 19 when they got together, so she's considered of age, and it was only Cassie. We don't. No. I mean, we hear about other girlfriends.
There's another Jane Doe in this case, though.
The one who disappeared.
Did she disappear?
There's supposed to be 3, but there's only 2 that have been there because one of them disappeared.
I'm talking about the second one. The second one, she hasn't left anywhere. And I guess they're going to bring up her issues after. Who is it? At this point, shouldn't we know who she is?
Right. Jenna Huang. No, that's the girl.
That's the baby mama.
I was about to say, ain't that the girl from City Hall?
So, that is that for today. There's a lot going on in this world. Y'all be careful and y'all don't be trafficked.
And there's a lot of evil So be careful.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to tell y'all. It's scary out there.
It sure is.
Spooky.
Ooh.
With that said, people, we're going to slide on over to the side now. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow for F-Word Fridays, and we'll be talking to a D-Burger.
Didn't this week go by very fast?
It did. It did. This was a long holiday week, right?
It was.
Yep.
It was.
Yep.
All
right, people.
See
Be
you later.
great. Bye.
You're listening to Saucy in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark. Moonbox Productions is Troll.